Hello Mia, hello there, or is it Maya? Hello there, good afternoon. Hi Jennifer, I'm very well Jennifer, are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon Joanna, how are you? Yes, hello everybody, good afternoon. Good afternoon Pat. Hi Kim, how are you? Hi Abs, how is everybody? Good afternoon. Hello Medulla, waving, hi. Hi Pat, how are you? Hello Piggy Sue. Hey Kim, hi Kim, good afternoon. Hello from Australia, yay Christina, how are you? I don't know what time it is in Australia. Does that mean it's late in Australia now? It does, doesn't it? It must be quite late. Sending big waves, Christina. Bonjour, ça va, let's? Hi, Diane. Hello there. I'm very well, Piggy Sue. Are you? Hi, Sandra. I'm liking the waving hands. I can never do that. Hi, Sue. Oh, I'm glad you're well, Joanna. It's nice to see you all. Hello, Joanna. A different Joanna. Wow, two Joannas. Hello there. I'm very well, Sue. Are you? And Serena's on a break. I bet you're ready for your break, Serena. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm a mixture between excited and nervous, like I normally am. Hey, Piggy Sue, how are you? Have you been busy outside? I'm glad you're well, Kim. Yes, I'm very well, Kim. Hello, Geese. Hello, Dot. I'm just going to give a few moments for people to find us. Gina, I did that when I went in to go live. I went to the wrong page. No, Gina, I'm in that many different places. One of these days I'm going to turn up at the wrong place. It's 10:10 in Australia. It's bedtime. Yay, have you finished your mini book, Carolyn? Fantastic. They're addictive, aren't they? My weekend was very well, Susan. Was yours? It went very quick. I just worked the whole time, but it went really quickly. And I never know what day of the week I'm on, so I have to keep asking my husband, is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Hello, Sue. Oh, thank you, Sue. I have to say Piggy Sue so you know I'm talking to different Sues. Hi, Joe. How are you? Sending waves. Didn't know you were on today. Only a Chandy. No, I thought I'd give you a double dose, Helen. I thought I'd do overkill. I don't let you get away that easy, Helen. I've got demos on a Chando and I thought I'd do a demo here. I don't let you get away that easily. Hi, Pat. Oh, thank you, Christina. Yay, Sue. Sue's found us. It was so funny to actually see your face the other day instead of your hands. Trust me, Alison, I had to dress up for the occasion. That's why you normally see me hands, because it's quite frightening otherwise, especially with the witch hairstyle. The passion flower stamp is next on my wish list. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. The design team have done some fantastic samples. I can't wait for you to see them. The days are whizzing by. I agree, Christina. They're whizzing by. Absolutely whizzing. Hello, Sandra. Did I confuse you all by coming on the AALLandCreate page? Hey, Sue, how are you? And Maria says hello to everybody. Hi, Gina. How are you? So were you confused when I came on the AALLandCreate page? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sheila. Still working on my little book. You see, I'm working you hard, Sheila. I'm working you hard. Hi, Ali. Hello, Mimi. I need to say hello in different languages, but I don't know any. How late are you on at Hachanda? I'm on, well, I'm not there physically. I'm just there in spirit because I've done some live videos. So we're on at 6 p.m, a repeat at 8 p.m, and then again tomorrow. Thanks, Helen. Hi, Elise. Hello there. All I could think of was your lower half in your hobby PJ. Don't give my secrets away, Sue. I was wearing PJ bottoms. I'm such a professional. Oh, thank you, Dot. It's a mass of hair. So, and Gina's adding pages to her accordion book. I'm working, Gina, so hard. Hello, Joanna. Mine too, she says. Hello, Shelley. So just rushing around to get coffee to watch. Hi, Babs. I like to keep you on your toes, Babs. That's what it is. Hello from Finland. Hello, Sachu. Hello there. Hi, Anne. Hello, Bernadette. First time I've managed a live. Oh, bless you, Bernadette. Thank you very much. And now you get to listen to my waffle now, Bernadette. They're giving away all my secrets, though. The fact I did a video for her Chanda just so you could see the top half because I'd got my husband's pyjama bottoms on. Tim Holtz scissors are really good for cutting hair. I'm not cutting my hair, Jennifer. It's wavy. I'll end up with it just a total mess. Hi, Liz. How are you, Flower? How's your back? Hello, Linda. I was just checking someone else and found you. There you go. It's a bit of a surprise for you, Sue. What a shock. I've shared. Thank you for sharing, Stephanie. Yes, we'll have a little bit of a giveaway as well. Hello, Christine. Oh, no activities. You can put up with me instead of HD. You can put up with me instead. Yes, I've got to behave. I'm not on my own page, Pat. I have to put my professional head on. I don't know what a professional head is. Brings back fond memories of Ali Pally 2 years ago. Christina, is it 2 years? I can't believe that. See, I like to confuse you, Sandra. I like to confuse you. Chat later, Serena. Enjoy the rest of your break. Hey. Is that hi, Sachu? Just hey. Just say it as hey. Hi. Hey. I need to catch up. Oh, bless Bernadette. Thank you, Jennifer. Good afternoon, Bev. Finnish language. So they just say hey, H-E-I. Hey. We have to say that. We have to remember different languages now. Hi, Tracy. Glad you're on. Feeling a bit low today. Oh, no, Leslie. We don't want you feeling low. Listen to my waffle. Take your mind off anything else. Sending hugs, Leslie. Watching you in my craft room working on my... I'm telling you what, I'm working you all so hard. Hello, Shauna. Hello there. So excited. I'm thrilled you're here with us. Hi, Maureen. Hello from Canada, Erin. Hello there. Welcome. Connection is good today. Normally, don't speak too soon, Vijdi. Something might happen. Magic blessed. They must like you or they wouldn't keep asking you to go back on tally. Shush, Shally. They don't realise I've done all these lives and my professionalism's gone down the pan. That's very similar to Sweden where my son lives. Yes. Right. We've got 140 people. Wow. I think I've said hello to everybody. If I haven't or I've missed anybody, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the AALLandCreate Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. And I'm loving how you're all working on your accordion books. Oh, thank you, Jan. So, yes, I'm glad you're all working on your accordion books. It's nice that Abs knows that I work you really hard. Thanks for sharing, Babs. So, we've got a little giveaway for you. I haven't told Abs, so I could be in for a slap here. Tracy, it was my daughter who made my birthday card. You can... Oh, your daughter's birthday card is fantastic, Gillian. What's your daughter's name? It was absolutely fantastic. Seriously, the colours on the flower, the background. What's your daughter's name, Gillian? 141 now, Penny. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Cuckoo, Nina. Cuckoo. Do we say bonjour still? Bonjour. No, we say cuckoo because that's hello. Ça va? Your picture's a bit blurry, is it, Margaret? It seems fine here. Perhaps everybody else will let me know. Hello, Ute. Oh, and Kim's working on hers as well. I sound like a right strict thing, forcing you all live. Oh, we've lost a couple, look. She's a taskmaster, Abs. Right, so today, you've got to behave on here, Sandra. Nah, don't let's behave. That's boring. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Steph. Swiss au boulot. Oh, see, Abs isn't here to translate for me. Love that fritillary. Must go for that one. Oh, thank you, Babs. So, good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Roz. I know, lots of homework. What am I like? Right, so I'm demonstrating with the one-day special here. And if you'll just bear with me, I'm just going to go through with what's in the one-day special, because there are a few new people who are joining us here on the AALLandCreate Facebook page. So I just want to go through what we've got in the one-day special. So in the one-day special, we've got 2 border stamps. And for me personally, I love the border stamp. I love the format. Oh, and Steph's working. Tea break from doing the accordion book. Oh, Sarah, bless. So for me, these border stamps, this longer format, I love them because it gives you an alternative look to your projects. There's always a first time. So I love the format of the border stamps. I love the fact that you get that longer format and you can break them up. I'm going to be on my best behaviour. Oh no, don't do that. That's so boring, Shelley. We don't do best behaviour. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I think they might fall into... Oh, bless you, Vanessa. Thank you. So I wanted to talk about, you know, why we create the border stamps. It gives you a different format to use on your projects. Vanessa's still doing her homework. Oh, I sound so bad. So it gives you a different format to work on your projects. But the reason I like them so much is I can make my image a little bit bigger. So I love the fact that the images are a little bit bigger. So we've got 2 border stamps in the one-day special and the A7 stamp. And I love having the fact that we've got background elements in those 3 stamp sets as well. I love border stamps, Kim, but I really do that. I've always loved the border stamps. But what I've done is I've stamped them for you. I've stamped the fritillaria. I know some of you who follow me have seen the fritillaria, but it's nice to see them stamped out fully. And obviously there are new ladies and gentlemen on the AALLandCreate Facebook page, so we need to show the detail. So I love the fact that you've got this long format that you can then break up into segments, so I quite like that. And what I like about the fritillaria is it reminds me so much of my garden. Because at the moment the snake's head fritillaries are out in the garden, I'm so thrilled to have one in stamp format. And the perfect thing about this is you can actually mask off these areas and just use the fritillary on its own. But you've also got those background elements as well. Oh, thank you, Vijdi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologise if I'm not. And Kim finished a book. Hello, Ginny. Hey, Carol. Hey. Hello there. And this is our A7 stamp set, but I wanted to stamp this out so you can actually see how much detail you've got. You've got this background text, you've got this mesh and some text behind it. So I love that, the fact that you can use them all together. Good morning, Laura. How are you? It's probably, yes, it's good morning where you are. I get so confused in different places. It's good morning where Laura is. Hello, Laura. Oh, thank you, Jean. Oh, do you know, I'm useless. So thank you very much. So yes, so those are the 3 stamp sets that we've got in the show. And the shows are 6 p.m, a repeat at 8 o'clock today. And the shows tomorrow are 8 a.m, midday and 4 p.m. And I think the lovely Yanis is doing my first show. So thank you to Yanis. It's okay, Ginny. 8 a.m. there, Laura. Wow, it is a Norwegian name, Tracy. I heard your son lives in... Oh, my son doesn't live in Sweden. I think one of my followers' sons lives in Sweden. How the Scandinavian accent should be. Babs will have to set up lending library between... Oh, thank you, Sandra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to do a demo with these 2 stamps. And I'm going to use one of the stencils that's in the show. So this is what I'm going to create with today. And because I've done a few cards for the show for demos that have been sent in. So today I thought I'd do a mixed media project so that it just mixes it up a little bit and shows you how to use the stamp in a different way. Hello, Marianne. Just to show you how to use it in a different way. So what I've got here is I've got a circular piece of card. And what I've done is I've drawn round a canvas. I've drawn round a canvas because I want to add this to a canvas afterwards. I know the stencil's lovely, isn't it? I like it because it's got no straight edges. So it makes it more random for me. So I love that. Can you tell mine's well used? Who knows how long we'll be in lockdown? Exactly. I think we're going to be in it for a while, Babs. But that's well loved, that stamp is. Almost missed the live, Isabel. Oh, it's not a problem, Isabel. So what I'm just going to do... Hello, Chantal. How are you? I'm just going to distress the edges a little bit on my circular piece because at the moment it's a little bit too straight. So I'm just going to distress those. It's my son that lives in Sweden. Oh, it's Stephanie's son that lives in Sweden. There you go. So Stephanie knows how to pronounce everything. Hey. Yes, so Stephanie will know how to pronounce everything. So I'm just distressing some of the edges because it's a little bit too straight for me. So I've just distressed those edges a bit and made a mess, like you do. So I didn't tell you what the giveaway was. If you'd like to share the video, that'd be wonderful. But just for being part of the live, a randomly drawn winner, I'll draw one winner and you can win a stamp set of your choice. So one randomly drawn winner will be drawn in around about a week and you can win a stamp set of your choice. I haven't told Abs yet. Whoops. So you can win a stamp set of your choice. So if you'd like to share, that'd be amazing. So thank you very much for those that share. I appreciate your support. Thank you for all the hearts. So what I'm using now, I'm using Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. You're very welcome, Sue. So I'm going to use Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink. Yippee, Laura says. Abs won't mind, will he, Christina? He's gone quiet on me. He might tell me off later. Thanks ever so much for sharing. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of all the little crusty bits off the... I know, he's generous, isn't he, Abs, even when he doesn't know. I'm so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. So yes, it'll be one stamp set of your choice. Hello from Arizona, USA. Hello, Carol. 7:20 a.m. and you've got my voice in your ear. You poor thing, Carol, to wake up to me. Oh, you can find one, Ginny. Bless you. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Thank you. He's good, isn't he? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the ink directly to the cardstock. Don't worry, because if he said no anyway, I'd do it myself. So I'm going to apply this Distress Oxide ink directly to my card. You'll get, you'll get over it. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using an ink pad that's a little drier. Hello, Nicola. I've been working hard on my pages. Oh, bless. Hi, Jane. So what I'm using is I'm using an ink... Oh, Chrissy's found us. Just found you. Hi, Chris. So I'm using an ink pad that's slightly drier. Were you surprised to find me, Carol? I know. I like to surprise you now and then. Shared, I think. I've never done it before. I pressed the button. Are you hoping for the best, Margaret? Thanks, Sue. Hello, Elaine. Thank you for sharing, everybody. So what I'm going to do is you're going to apply the ink direct to your cardstock. Now, this ink pad is a little drier, but I want it a little drier so I can build those layers up a little slower. Can you see, because I've distressed the edges, it's catching. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Thank you. Can you see, because it's got these distressed edges here, my ink is picking up on the edge of the card, which is fantastic. It means that I don't have any white edges. Because I've distressed those edges and it's picked up the fibres on the card, it means that my ink pad distresses the edges as well. And I'm using a reasonably dry ink pad. Bless you, Chris. Thank you very much, Chris. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Thank you, everybody, for joining me. First time I've managed to catch your live. Welcome, Maria. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Carol. I very much appreciate it. I fear so too. Oh yes, you're all answering each other, so that's good. So as you can see, I'm using a dryish ink pad because I've had this for a long time and it's been used in workshops. The reason I keep those ink pads is don't bin those ink pads. Thank you, Sandra. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Thank you to AALLandCreate. So these ink pads that are drying out, don't bin them, because if you ever want to build up layers of ink direct to paper, start with a drier ink pad first. Looks like a naan bread. A naan bread. Penny thinks my artwork looks like a naan bread. So then go with an ink pad that's a bit juicier. So I'm building the layers up with an ink pad that's a little bit juicier. I love how my artwork looks like a naan bread. A naan bread, that is so funny. So we're just building up those layers. So don't bin those ink pads that dry out. Are you hungry now, Sandra? Oh, Cass, aren't the fritillaries, the snake's-head fritillaries, gorgeous? I just love them in the garden. So don't bin your dry ink pads. When you're doing direct to paper, start with your dry ink pad first and build up those layers of ink. So don't be in a rush to get rid of those dry ink pads and bin them. There's always another technique you can do with them. Don't bin them. So I'm just applying the ink. Pita bread. You lot are mad. Pita bread, Chantal. Chantal now thinks my artwork looks like pita bread. You're all mad. It's no wonder I'm going loopy. It's your influence. Right, what I'm going to do now. Are yours out as well, Cass? Yes, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I love them. There's so many varieties as well, Cass. So many varieties. Pita bread. Oh, what are you like? So what you're going to do is, off camera, I'm just spritzing with water. So I'm just not what I said before. Ciabatta, for goodness sake. So I've just spritzed my stencil with water. You're all mad. It's no wonder I'm going loopy. So I've just spritzed that stencil with water. We're going to talk about food now, aren't we, Chantal? That's your fault, Chantal. You said pita bread as well. And now Marianne's saying pancakes. I think you're all going doolally because you've been stuck at home so long. You're seeing food and everything. Saw the snake's head when I was in the UK. They're gorgeous, aren't they, Christina? Absolutely gorgeous, the snake's head fritillaries are. So I'm just allowing that water to sit on my oxide. No, pancake. You've even got Nora involved now. Nora's not normally quite as loopy. I've just polished off a tin of vanilla almonds. Ooh. I think you're all becoming obsessed with food because Isabel's starving now. And Margaret's hungry. So I'm just allowing that ink to sit on my card. My garden's full of bluebells as well. Honestly, Sue, you should have a look. You should look up fritillarias, sorry. And if you look them up, you'll see loads of different varieties, not just the standard ones. They're absolutely brilliant. I used to have them, but they've disappeared. I don't know whether they have a short lifespan, but I just plant some more. Now, can you see that has given like a watermark in the background? Just allow that to sit. Don't be in a rush to dry it. Don't dry that with your heat tool. And what I'm going to do is just add a bit more here. So I'm going to spritz my stencil. Brioche. Oh, good grief. Are you beginning to wonder why you're obsessed with food? Do you ever worry about yourself? So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the stencil here. And again, just allow it to sit. Yes, they're bulbs, Christina. They're bulbs. And more often than not, if they're in a good place in the garden, they'll spread. Somebody's replying to Linda and saying, yes, please, Michelle is. So I don't know what she's saying. Yes. Oh, poor Lizzie's garden's full of dandelions. Hey, that's just a weed in the wrong place. That's all it is. Gina, tiramisu and chocolate spread. No, you've all lost the plot. You've lost the plot. Everybody on AALLandCreate's Facebook page are going to think my followers are food obsessed, which you are. You're all food obsessed. So what we're going to do is just allow that to soak in. So I'm just going to dry my stencil a little bit. And can you see that's actually getting a bit deeper? This here is now oxidising. You need to allow that. Hello, Anna, how are you? Hello, Ayota. Hello. Oh, I can never pronounce your name. How are you? So I'm just allowing this area here to soak up the ink, just so that you can see. And sometimes you might say, well, is there any point in just doing that little detail? Yes, there is, because it's the overall look that you're looking for. So you are, Piggy Sue. We're crackers. You are, all of you are crackers. Here in Canada, they are calling it the COVID-20 because we're all going to gain 20 pounds. Exactly. We are all going to gain 20 pounds, May. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spritz and allow some blobs of water on the background of my pita bread or naan bread that you lot are calling it. So it's now going to be known as the naan bread artwork. Hello, Lee, how are you? So I'm just allowing that to soak. Hello, Anne, how are you? We are, and so are you, Tracy. Chocolate. I am the chocolate queen, Margaret. I've got a cupboard full of chocolate. I'm terrible. I'm chocolate mad. So I'm just allowing that ink to absorb this moisture. I'm not in a rush to dry it yet. I've got dandelions and snails. Why don't snails eat dandelions instead of the good stuff? I know, Margaret, they eat all my hostas. It drives me mad. I have to go out at night and collect them. That's how sad I am. So I'm now going to give this a dry. And these little splotches of water will bring this background to life. It's your fault, Penny. Naangate. Naan bread gate. Canada. Karen's from Canada as well. Oh. Isabel, it's you lot. You send me to Lally. Naan bread gate. What was it called? Naan bread gate. I'm never going to come out of this lockdown as being a sane woman. I'm never going to be sane again, and it's all your fault. Naan bread has gone wonky. It has gone wonky. Don't worry, we flatten it. I flatten it under some books, so don't worry about its wonkiness. It's a bit like me, it's quirky. Oh, I've got moles, Joe. I've got moles. All in my border. This is our daily dose of laughter medicine, oh bless you, Sue. Oh, we have to have a giggle, don't we? We have to have a giggle. But you see, look at my background, it's coming to life now. I'm loving it. Oh, it's keeping me sane, Carol. I have to agree, it's keeping me sane. But look at this background. You've now got those splats, but deep down in the background, you've got that circle from that stencil. Copper eggshells around your plant. Yes, I've heard eggshells as well. Now it looks like a chocolate chip cookie, for goodness sake. Mind you, I can relate to chocolate chip cookies because I eat plenty of them. So they're in my border too, Joe. We had to get somebody in to get rid of ours, but we can't do that now. So Ian's doing it. So you'll have to message me later and I'll tell you what Ian's doing. So there we go, that's part of our background. So that just dries a little bit. And it's a lovely textural background. So what I'm going to do now is try and find my A7 stamp, which I've chucked somewhere. Why do I do this every time? I have my stamp out and then it disappears when you all come live. Bear with me a second while I find my stamp. There it is. I've only got one stamp, so I can't lose it. Right. It looks like a crumpet. Oh, crumpets. Oh, now crumpets ring a bell. That reminds me of my childhood when we used to have crumpets. When are the tomatoes? Where are the tomatoes and chilli? I'm not adding tomatoes and chilies to my artwork. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp with this A7 stamp, my 307 stamp, but I want it to look a little bit more random in the background. I don't want it to have straight edges. So I'm going to ink the stamp. So we've used our stencil in the back. Actually, I've just decided I'm going to do something else as well. I'm going back to the stencil. This is what I'm like. I go off on tangents. So I'm going to go back to the stencil just for a minute, and I'm going to use some of this honeydew. Look on the floor. Oh, honestly, Isabel, you know me too well. Look on the floor, because Tracy chucks everything on the floor. That's why they're saying look on the floor. So for AALLandCreate Facebook fans that are thinking, what the heck is this woman on? So I'm using honeydew paint, and I'm going to brayer some of this honeydew paint on the background of my stencil. So brayer it nice and thick, and then spritz with water. So I'm spritzing the paint with water. Hi Tracy, didn't think I'd make it. Hello Jane, how are you? So I've just spritzed that paint with water, and I'm just going to move it slightly off so it doesn't go over the wet areas. And I'm just going to dab that once more. Oh, thank you, May. Yes, the AALLandCreate stamps. I'm glad you like them. So I'm just going to dab this. I love how you're all just joined in. Thought Tracy was using pancakes. I am not using food in my artwork, Janice. It's all you lot. You're food obsessed. So I lost a magnet from my stamp press. It turned up, stick to my metal shelf under my storage area. That sounds about right, Sue. That's what I'd do. So I've just added some paint to my stencil. You see, and that just adds a little bit more dimension, which I love. Just let me wipe my stencil so that it doesn't get any more mess than it's in already. So I'm just going to give that a little wipe. Just wipe my mess up, just so we can get that out the way. And I'll lift this up so you can see that stencil. So that stencil in the background, we can still see the watermark. Greetings, Beatrix, how are you? So you can see you've got the watermark in the background, you've got the splashes, you've got your ink, and now you've got this paint layer as well. That's happened to Pat as well. Yes, stuck to my scissors, Babs, that's more like me. No problem, you're supposed to be working, Tracy. Hope work isn't too bad. So we're just going to give that a dry. So we'll just give that a dry. So for those that are just joining us, we've got a little giveaway. We're going to draw a random winner, probably next week. And the randomly drawn winner can win one stamp set of your choice. If you'd like to share the live, that'd be much appreciated. So can you see we've got a lovely background here. So what I'm going to do is bring in this A7 stamp set. A big cheer up when post arrived with AALLandCreate goodies. Yay, Annie. So I'm now using this stamp set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink with my VersaFine Claire. Give it a good inking, as you always do with your stamps, because I know you're all well trained now. And Adie's watching the live upstairs with when the postman arrives with my 2 Stampers Groves parcel at the same time. So Adie's looking out for parcels so that hubby can't see them. What we're going to do now is, we don't want straight edges. So I'm going to wipe the edge of my stamp, just so that I remove some of that ink. Just going to remove some of that ink from round the edges. Have you got your pencil stamp, Linda? Yay! The Tracy Evans Cookery Show. I tell you what, if you had a Tracy Evans Cookery Show, you'd all starve. I'm the world's worst cook. That's why my husband does all the cooking. I'm dreadful. I love how you all answer each other. So if I've missed any questions, I do apologise. I'm tidying up after yesterday's workshop, Sandra is. Yes, I need to tidy up, Sandra, but I just keep going from one mess to another. Oh, thank you, Patricia. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some stamping. But I've wiped the edges of my stamp because I don't want a crisp, straight edge. Can you see here? Where I've stamped it, it's got a crisp, clean edge. It is, I always give like a worn edge, but I've just distressed it a little bit more by removing some of that ink. Yes, those used baby wipes, you can stitch them together and add them to your artwork. That's what I do. So I'm just adding this stamped detail to the background because it'll all add to the background. You see, and this is what we've got. And this is what I love about stamps and stencils. Can you see on this one how you can still see the paint underneath the text? So you've got that lovely text, but the paint is underneath. It's just lovely. I love that. Hello, Leodonna. Hello there. Any stamp and die sets in your new collection, Tracy? I haven't done any dies, but I've got lots of stamps in the new collection. I might have about 17. So yes, I've got quite a few stamps. What number stamp is that, Tracy? I can tell you that, Ros. That is 307. Stamp set 307. I love it. I just love the fact that you can use bits of them or you can use the whole thing. But you're so used to me using bits of the stamp, I thought it was important to show this little stamp how it can stand alone and also work on its own. So that on its own, I just love how the paint is showing underneath. I think that is ace. And you'll be pleased, the burnt bits, you have overcooked it. That's about right, Lee. I love layering. Chantal, 17. 307. Is that what you mean? Yeah, oh, the stencil. The stencil is 45, I think. So I've got one in old good Blue Peter fashion that I've done already, look. And I've stuck it to a circular canvas. Oh, thank you, Lindy. So I've now... You see, when your hubby discovers my dried paint drip collection, dried paint drip collections are fantastic. We like dried paint drips. So I've added this circular piece to a canvas so that it's nice and sturdy. And this is what I'm planning. I'm planning on adding this embroidery hoop like this. I've been stamping on them and tearing them. Exactly, Ross, you should use them. That's brilliant. So I'm going to use the embroidery hoop, but I don't want to colour that embroidery hoop. I want it to stay wooden to give some life. Hello, David. Hello there. I want to give some life to that, so I don't want everything to be too dark. To me, mine keeps finding bits in his workshop and giving to them.